Welcome to Lake Arts and Entertainment Showcase, covering the arts throughout all of Lake County. Magnificent arts, music, drama, the theater, and all of the visual arts.
Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Lori Farfaglia, host of the Arts and Entertainment Showcase here on Lakefront TV. I'm in studio today, and joining me is local musician Andy Dubois. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Tell me, Andy, what kind of music do you play and what do you do around here?
I call it toe-tapping Americana music. It's a little bit of folk blues, country rock, and a mix of an eclectic mix of originals that I've come up with over the years.
So you write your own music?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Lori.
Where do you get your inspiration for your music?
Life experiences, family, kids, wife, bus rides.
Anything. Everything inspires you.
I wish there was more. A lot of times I get just a snippet of an idea here and there, and it takes a long time for those things to develop them into a song. I carry a pad around with me.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
How do you get it down on paper when you get it?
I write it down in a notebook, the idea, or sometimes I just get a title and I'll write it down, and I have a list at home of titles, and that's how I...
Does the music come to you first? Do the lyrics? Do you hear
both?
Both?
Both.
So it just depends?
Usually it's a lyric, a catchphrase of some kind. A lot of times it's something that somebody says that just strikes me. And sometimes it's a chord progression or a melody that I hear. So it comes in different places, different ways.
Well, let's start off with hearing one of your songs.
Very good. I'd love to.
I was screaming last night where I want to be. A bumper grinding diesel coach is carrying me. I'm ride the great dog. Ride the great dog. Gonna ride the great dog till the white line stops at the sea. Woke up this morning, grabbing my hat. This town I got nothing, and that is that I ride the great dog. Ride the great dog. Gonna ride the great dog till the white line stops at the sea. Ride the great dog, ride the great dog, ride the great, ride the great, ride the great dog, ride the great dog, ride the great dog. Gonna ride the great dog till the white line stops at the sea. Baby back home, she don't understand. I'm just passing through, 'cause I'm a traveling man. I'm riding the great dog. Ride the great dog. Gonna ride the great dog till the white line stops at the sea. Nashville, Cleveland, Boston, LA, Kansas City, Detroit, Monterey. I'm riding the great dog. Ride the great dog. Gonna ride the great dog till the white line stops at the sea. Gonna ride the great dog till the white line stops at the sea.
What a great song. That was fun.
Thank you.
All right, you have to tell me the story behind that song.
It's when I was in the service. I was in the Air Force. I got out in the 70s, and I traveled around the country, and I spent all my money getting to the west coast of the country out in California. And I was down in Riverside, California, and I needed to head back because I was out of money. And I ended up on a Greyhound bus, and it took 4 days to get from Riverside, California back to Biloxi, Mississippi, which is where all my stuff was at.
Wow.
And that song was about that bus ride.
That was a fun song, though. Toe tapping, you weren't kidding when you said that's the kind of music that you...
Thank you.
Are all your songs like that?
No, I have some ballads.
Do you?
I like the up-tempo stuff, though, but I have some ballads.
So did you write that song in the 70s, or was that
No.
just in your mind? And
I wrote that in the 90s, the mid-90s.
Mm-hmm. So just one day you're thinking about your bus ride you took across the country, and you decided to write a song about it.
That's what happened. That's what happened. So I guess the event was 20 years earlier.
That's neat, though. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from South Florida. I was born in Pompano Beach, and I was raised in Palm Beach County, Broward County, Miami-Dade, in that area. Worked down there until the mid-90s. And I moved spent 9 years in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina. Had a wonderful time up there. There's a great blues music scene up there.
Is there?
In Central Carolina, and really enjoyed that, and made it back to Central Florida, which was not any place that I ever thought I would end up. But we have my wife's son moved down here to the Orlando area and was married and started to have grandbabies, and that's the attraction. That's what brought us back to Central Florida. That's how I ended up in Lake County.
That's how you ended up in Lake County. Well, that's a great story, and Lake County's lucky to have you now. Then, let's hear another one of those songs.
Will do. Thank you.
Jump down, turn around, catch me as I'm going down. Can't you see I'm out of my mind? Cut loose, no use, go to what you wanna do. The truth is I'm all out of time. Seeing is believing, and believing is real. The only thing left for me to conceal is my crazy for you. My crazy for you. Buckle up, buttercup, tell me what you're dreaming of. I can't wait to hear your next line. Tight dance, fast dance, this could be your last chance. Sooner than later is fine. Seeing is believing, and believing is real. The only thing left for me to conceal is my crazy for you. My crazy for you. Flashback maniac, I wish I had a Cadillac so you and me could go for a cruise. Get tired all night, love me in the morning light, just chase away all of my blues. Seeing is believing, and believing is real. The only thing left for me to conceal is my crazy for you. My crazy for you. My crazy for you. My crazy for you.
That was another fun song. You have to tell me about that one.
That song was just the first line, maybe the first two lines. I had them in my head for a number of years, and I could never find any music to go with them. And then one day, the two of them came together, and that's what it turned out to be. And it's, I guess it's not a song that makes a whole lot of sense. It's just a lot of phrases that go together, you know, that just kind of fit for the tempo and the chord changes.
It was a fun song, though. So are you used to playing alone? Do you play solo, or do you have a band? What do you do?
Oh, I have a trio that I play most with, a trio and a quartet called Highway 19. We have a harmonica player, a bass player, and myself. And sometimes we have a percussionist sit in with us. And we travel around Central Florida and play wherever they'll have us.
Where are some of the places you've been in the last couple of months?
At some folk festivals, the annual Lake County Folk Festival, some farmers markets, Farmers Market in Leesburg we've played at, Yalaha Bakery in the wonderful booming metropolis of Yalaha, Florida.
Right, yeah.
And,
a lot of our viewers are going to know where that is.
It's a wonderful venue. On Saturday mornings they have live music all through the year. And also there's some venues in historic downtown Winter Garden that we play at, and likewise in Eustis. And we also play at the Blackwater Inn up in the booming town of Astor up in the Ocala National Forest.
That's a beautiful restaurant. I've actually had dinner there not too long ago.
Right.
So you play there times as well?
Yes.
Good. Well, have you always been musically inclined? Did you know it from an early age? Like, when did you know this is what I'm going to do?
I started playing when I was 13 years old. I was in a boarding school, and my uncle gave me a ukulele, and I took that ukulele to boarding school with me, and I didn't play it. But while I was at this school, one of the upperclassmen gave me an acoustic guitar, and there happened to be several other guys in my class that were learning how to play the guitar as well. And by just hanging around with them, that's how I learned how to play the guitar, and I've been playing the guitar ever since.
So have you had any classical training on the musical instruments, or you've just kind of self-taught?
Yeah, I haven't been scarred by education. Most of it is just picking up stuff from other people and learning stuff on my own, mostly picking up from other people.
Have you always made a living at being a musician in your adult life?
No, it's always been a sideline until the last few years, since I've gotten older. And I've had more time on my hands the last few years than I did earlier.
Good. Well, Lake County's glad for that. So, well, let's hear another song.
I rolled on out the driveway. I headed down the road. This dark, deserted highway takes me from my home. There I'm getting what I need and mostly what I want. But some days I don't cherish what I got. What I've got is more than I deserve. Hit me like a ton of bricks, I couldn't say a word. We were standing there saying goodbye when her eyes met with mine. She said, please come home to me. Staring down this blacktop, both hands on a wheel. I could take or leave a paycheck, it's how I really feel. It used to be the only thing till it took me to my knees. Right now she's the only thing I need. What I've got is more than I deserve. Hit me like a ton of bricks, couldn't say a word. We were standing there saying goodbye, her eyes met with mine. She said, please come home to me. I know she's been there all along, but this man's made a change. Like a cool breeze over embers, lighting up a brand new flame. And what I've got is more than I deserve. Hit me like a ton of bricks, I couldn't say a word. We were standing there saying goodbye, her eyes met with mine. She said, please come home to me. said, please come home to me.
Okay, tell me about that song, Andy. That was a great ballad.
That's one of my most recent songs, and that was written because what happened with my wife. I was leaving on a trip, and seems though lately I'd been going away a lot, and just as I was leaving, that's exactly what happened. She looked up to me, and we were saying goodbye. You know, I was going to be gone a day or two, and it's one of those moments where what she said just kind of struck me, and I remembered it.
You've been hearing it a long time, but you finally really heard it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was the inspiration for that song.
That was a great song.
Thank you.
What kind of advice would you give to people that are aspiring musicians? How hard is it in this business?
It's hard. I'm thinking of two different things because I've met some young people recently that are just so talented that I'm confident that they will have no problem. You know, we'll be hearing from them on a national stage sometime soon. And there's many people my age that have been tinkering with it for most of their lives and are not as successful as the hope I see for a lot of young people. But one of the things that I would recommend anybody, a young person, is if they're so inclined to sing and perform, to just play it out, and don't be fearful about not being good enough or being afraid, because that's one of the things that happened to me when I was younger. I never thought that I was good enough to do it.
Professionally, really?
Professionally, and another thing is I was always sidetracked by jobs and marriage and children, those kind of things. But
the stability that comes along with a regular paying job.
Right. But there's many young people I see that are very, very talented, and if they can stick with it and at least play it out to its natural end, whatever that is.
Well, if you have any groupies out there that want to track you down and find out where you're going to be, what's your website?
Website is highway19music.com, and highway is spelled HWY19music.com.
Okay.
I'm also on Facebook, Andy Dubois, Highway 19 on Facebook.
Good, that's good to know. Facebook is getting popular, so.
Yes.
Andy, thanks for joining us in studio today. It's been a pleasure to have you. Let's hear another couple songs. You can play another song for us and then one more before we close the show.
Very good.
Thanks again.
Thank you, Lori.
Head hurt when I woke up this morning. My boss yelled I was late, man, she's a bed. And that ticket writing cop gave me no warning. I wish I had some good news I could share. There's no need to ask me how I'm doing, 'cause I'll tell you that today I'm doing fine. As long as you will whisper you still love me, well, I'll stay right here with you till curtain time. You know the newspaper got nothing worth repeating. My credit score's dropping like a rock, and those politicians keep right on deceiving. And my kids want everything that I ain't got. There's no need to ask me how I'm doing, 'cause I'll tell you that today I'm doing fine. As long as you will whisper you still love me, well, I'll stay right here with you till curtain time. There's no need to ask me how I'm doing, doing. 'Cause I tell you that today I'm doing fine. As long as you will whisper you still love me, well, I'll stay right here with you till curtain time. You know, as soon as I can make my way back home, my troubles melt like ice cubes in the sun. And I only think about you all day long. Wrap me in your arms and lead me on. There's no need to ask me how I'm doing, 'cause I tell you that today I'm doing fine. As long as you will whisper you still love me, well, I'll stay right here with you till curtain time. Well, I'll stay right here with you till curtain time. The world has gone crazy. Stop and look around. What's wrong is right, what's right is wrong, for crying out loud. Some days I get the blues. Some days that's all I get. I got one foot in my doorway, I got one foot on the street. There ain't no compromising about destroying you and me. Some days I get the blues. Some days that's all I get. Wake up every morning, what do I see? Another pencil pusher coming down on me. They're passing out my rations to those bums on the door. God bless my soul. I ain't seen a paycheck since my credit ran out. Ain't got no money, my future's in doubt. Some days I get the blues. Some days that's all I get. Gone crazy. Stop and look around. What's wrong is right, what's right is wrong, for crying out loud. Some days I get the blues. Some days that's